Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming, and excited to see some familiar faces and meet some new people as well too. And I just encourage you all to lean in. This is a great event. Our partners at Media Post put on a fantastic event, so there's really no reason you ought not to be able to have at least an introductory conversation with pretty much everybody here by the time you leave. And I would encourage you to reach out and talk to people. Just avoid the little girls riding their big wheels down the hallway at 2 in the morning. They're not good. We went to dinner last night, and we got a story about how it was haunted at the place we ate, and there's rumors that there's some things going around here. So just they're not going to hurt you, but just avoid the little girls. I wanted to, jump in a little bit, tell you a little bit about ad media, first of all, ad.com is really our holding company. We have a number of brands underneath ad.com, ad media being our media side, monetize.com is our publisher side of the business, and leisure.com is our travel. We have a number of sub-brands that are available too, but wanted to talk a little bit this morning just about a couple of things that we're seeing in the space. In terms of marketing trends, we're seeing that patients and caregivers are becoming more and more active in the conversations, and so if today's digital world, most people more sophisticated, doing a lot more research engagement, online, or taking active roles in their own healthcare and working with their healthcare providers. And we're seeing that AI is across everything is becoming a much bigger part of the equation. Whether from a pharma perspective, whether that's in terms of predictive segmentation, audience targeting, and even optimization on campaigns. We leverage a lot of it too from internally when we manage accounts. And it's also becoming multi-channel, right? And it's not just branding and activation on the low funnel. It's all kind of a mixed scenario. But CTV is exploding. Search still remains a very strong resource for us to tap into, and and then also very well targeted display ads and such. But especially I find it because I stream everything, every ad on Hulu seems like it's a pharma ad, right? So I think everyone's leaning into the way where the audiences are going, and leveraging that segmentation is really important to get your message out. We're also continuing to see increased issues in terms of compliancy and privacy, and you have to check all of those boxes, and it makes it for a difficult challenge when you have to check all of these boxes for a pharma marketer. But I think the transparency that is given creates a lot more trust. So it's actually, while it's a challenge to set up, the end result is actually a much better engagement with the consumer, whether that's the HCP or the actual patient. And the patient-first experience is definitely becoming a key element, is to not necessarily just the doctor or your provider making their recommendation. They're really starting to understand they need to engage with you and find out where you are in your life, and and lean in a lot more. So I think those are things that we can all tap into, whether that's through search or video ads or display CTV, whatever it might be. The channel is to really kind of put the patient first. So as we talked a little bit, AI, powered personalization is really important, whether that comes from the messaging, the audience targeting, but also, the budgeting aspect too. And we see, for us, we've long been heavy on our contextual side of things when it comes to pharma, but direct, explicit search is certainly a tactic that's not going to go away for both the patient and I think even more so for the HCP. They tend to do a lot more research. And CTV, programmatic, we're seeing up to 60% close to 60% of advertisers are leaning into the CTV space and plan to grow it over the next couple of years. I think it's not going away. Display and mobile tend to be still very strong. And then the direct-to-physician or the HCP targeting using things like an NPI list are incredibly valuable, and even more so in today's world than they have been in the past. I think we continue to look at like how and measure it because of the compliance issues. It's the engagement levels, it's the amount of page views, the time on site, the white paper downloads. All of those key actions become very measurable, but also really important to focus on to make sure that we're getting our message across to the right consumer, whether that's a patient or a doctor. I think we all know that the privacy and compliance issues continue, whether it's just from a legal perspective, but also just an ethical perspective of how we engage with the right consumer. I always go back, my mom had dementia for years, and I was, the one that was doing all the research and trying to find the right clinics and the right doctors, and I was thankful for all that information to be out there as a resource, and it really made a big difference in her care during her last few years. So I was certainly very very thankful for that. We maintained real strong HIPAA compliance, GDPR compliance. We're very cognizant about that, but we want to help you create the right experience and also lean in to start testing some of the newer technologies around AI to really help us do that. So it's legal, medical affairs, IT, all of those things all kind of come together. We run a number of pharma campaigns, and we're well versed and can kind of adjust and adapt to whatever the needs may be there too. If we think about the rise in the patient-centric advertising, what you're starting to see now is more and more like AI chatbots on sites to answer questions, to drive further engagement, new wellness apps that are coming out. And really just trying to get the consumer or the patient the information they need to make educated decisions. They're not just taking the prescription that the doctor writes, and they're educated and they're asking questions, which is great because they're taking more control. People are taking more control of their own health care, and that's really important, whether it be for a heart condition, whether it be a women's health issue, men's health issue, whatever it might be. People are taking a lot more active roles in that, and they want access to the right information to make quality decisions. We're seeing like more, telehealth. I think that really kind of cranked up, during COVID, but it's not gone away. People really like it. And remote monitoring, you now can get doctors on demand and through an app, and be talking to a therapist, whether that might be or an actual physician, within a matter of a couple of minutes, which I think is really, continuing to see the technology allow the industry to meet customers where they are, and consumers where they are, and provide them the right level of information and the right level of touch points for a better overall experience. But we're also seeing, is everything, inflation is going up, healthcare costs are going up, drug costs are going up. So consumers are looking for the best ways to get the medications that they need in an affordable manner. So we're seeing, more things, whether it's something like Lilly Direct or GoodRx or other sources that are really, helping consumers also not be blocked out by a cost issue for the care that they need. So I think that's those are some of the things that we see, and so kind of where we fit in that regard. We own and operate a number of our own sites. We also license our ad technology to a number of major publishers across category endemic sites. So we reach over, in the pharma space, over 10 billion monthly ad impressions across, 500K top publishers and endemic sites across the ecosystem. We also have really leaned into the HCP side. We offer NPI level targeting, but also NPI level reporting back, so we can actually show you which doctors have engaged on site, their page views, their time on site, their sessions. So it really is, we've seen that really take off in terms of educating the HCPs, which is incredibly important. We reach over half of the people in the U.S. on our owned and operated properties, and have a 95% reach in the U.S. Across that with our publisher partners as well. So our scale is there, the targeting tactics are there, and we're very cognizant about being compliant to everything that needs to be happening going forward in the space. We work direct with brands and agencies both. So we are seeing more and more I think in the pharma space, it tends to be a lot more agency side that's actually executing the buys, but we're seeing, more people that are doing some direct things themselves as well. But we work well with both agencies and direct relationships. We're a full service solution. We've got a tremendous account management and ad ops team that are vertically specific focused. So you'll be dealing with someone working with us that's actually ingrained primarily in the pharma space, both on the front and the back end of things. And so, we typically see that we offer greater efficiency than the engines. We can exclude everything that you're doing with Google, Bing, or Meta, or the Trade Desk, or whoever else. We can blacklist, whitelist properties, topics, keywords, and so it's all incremental. Everything that we really focus on bringing things that are incremental that you can't get anywhere else but through us. And our quality is of top of mind, that we want to make sure the engagements, the sites are proper, and we're continuing to develop and scale in that space. Along those lines, so we just launched recently a new product called Search.com, which is our AI driven search capability. You can download it on the App Store. You can just go directly to Search.com. And we're also implementing the chatbot solution across all of our properties that include our owned and operated, as well as our publisher sites. That is slowly rolling out right now. It's live, but it'll continue to scale in the number of publishers and placements that we'll start to have these opportunities for you to tap into. And again, this is incremental scale that you're not, and interactions with both the HCP and the patient that you're not going to get anywhere else. So we really want to see, we want to meet consumers where they're most engaged and where they are. So, we're seeing that, predicting that, it's obviously that 25% of search queries will shift from conventional search to an AI chatbot by 2026. 71% of consumer brands and agencies want generative AI into their experiences. And we see, like, where we have already in the early testings, that we're getting a 20 to 25% lift versus traditional search in terms of engagement and performance and cost as well. So it will absolutely be something that we all need to be leaning into. We're excited to have the new product roll out. More to come on that. It also includes the ability to run interactive videos within the chat bots on answers, some non-standard IAB size ad units, so it could be video, it could be static, but really, like, creating much more engagement. So would love to talk to any of you that might be interested in about how we dive a little bit deeper, and I can, I won't take my full 25 minutes because John will kill me to go over it, but would love to have some conversations with you guys over the next couple days to see where you're at and how we might be able to help going forward. So real quick, I have my counterpart David here too, so if you don't catch me, David is here with me as well. We look forward to a great couple of days. I'm excited to hear the content that you all are going to speak, and again, thanks to our partners in Media Post, and let's have a great couple of days.